What up, guys? It is time for the summer event survey. But before I do it, let me actually show you guys. They did give out this free stuff. Last time I was complaining about the rewards they gave out. Yeah, right here. I think it's like basically summon 5 tickets and then like 2k gems. Essentially a multi, but last time I was complaining about like the 1% limited, and I was like, as long as they give a decent amount of rewards, we should be gaming. And I think they still could give out a little bit more and I would probably be happy, but this isn't too bad. So let's see. Extremely satisfied. Sora. See, Sora's in a weird spot. I forgot they didn't do this thingy for Sora. I guess they saved it till after the event. Sora's kind of in a weird spot because I like the... Oh, I didn't realize they had this. I mean, I don't have her, but like, still. Wait, no. I think I might have pulled her, actually, from the wish list. Or was that somebody else? That might have been Kay. I might be thinking of somebody else. Anyways. Sora's in a weird spot because I like her character design a lot, but her kit is fucking ass. Like, she's not getting any use anywhere, bro. So it's like so weird. They could have at least made it so that her skill, I believe her skill 2, is something different. And then at least she'd be a bit useful in PvP. But like, I don't know. I think she's burst 1 and she has like a 40-second cooldown or something for her burst, which is grief. Not only does she not have CDR, but like you have to run another burst 1 alongside her. That shit is disgusting. Anywho, I feel like Dorothy's pretty nice. She does fill a gap of water attacker. Granted, she is a pilgrim, right? So it's obviously she would be good. And honestly, they could have probably gave her a little bit more since she is a shotgun, and I feel like the niche teams of shotguns are pretty interesting. Granted, I did say in her showcase that I don't think she needs to be on like a Tove team that's built around her to do well. You can probably just stick her on a random team and she'll probably do well. So I don't think it's that big of a deal. Now, Aleg is okay too. Funnily enough, I peeped her details originally and I was like, oh, she'll probably be better for campaigning rather than bossing. But no, it's actually the opposite. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. She is better than the average units they released. Which, I mean, these guys have a weird power, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Pyramid, I guess? At the top, it's like really good pilgrims and overspec, right? And then on the bottom, it's like a bit of a limited that kind of coincides with the collab characters. I think they're about that relative power-wise. And then after that, it's like the regular units that either are hit or miss. They can be actually really, really good, or they can just be dog shit like Sora. Meanwhile, we have Alice, who's just in the regular pool, who's like really, really valuable still. Anywho, fuck, I wish I could do satisfied, but it's still giving me this choice so I can be like, I would prefer if they're a bit stronger. Ooh, new costume, baby. I love these. Now, Julia's is kind of eh. I'm not the biggest Julia guy, so I don't know if the Julia fans are really happy with this skin, but these ones are pretty fire. Tove got a second skin. I think the baseball one was free, though. I don't remember. Dang it, the fair items, bro. I haven't used them. A lot of these, I'm not going to lie, are like unchanged, basically. Like Tove, for the most part, they just changed the wording of some of it and then just made it less RNG, which, I mean, sick, I guess. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I have no clue how good they are because I haven't used them yet. I don't know if the tier lists have been upgraded, right? Or updated, not upgraded. What the fuck? With these characters? Man, I need to check that out. Ooh, the event. See, I know a lot of people were probably complaining about this one, but it's interesting. I feel like it wasn't too bad. It was just the tone was kind of different from what people expected. I don't mind them trying to make it more story-driven. You know, they basically made the whole event about Dorothy. Kind of, right? The beginning, not really, but it was essentially a lot about Dorothy, kind of. Especially, I would say that it's more of a preview. It's like there to set up the future. So, I skipped it. So, it's kind of weird. I would prefer if it's a different, because I feel like the last two were really heavy in lore anyway, so giving us like a summer fan servicey, just brain dead events probably would have been a better idea, but whatever. I think it's that they have different writers, so it's like weird. It kind of muddles the theme of like the whole events as a whole, which is pretty weird. Now, the animation at the end of the event, that shit was the greatest thing ever. They need to keep doing that shit, baby. That with the, I think they did one for the second anniversary, like I said before. They did one with the 2.5 with Sirens event. That shit was fire too. They need to do more of that, dude. If we can get that more consistently, then we'll be gaming, baby. But yeah, if you're gonna complain about the event, I say doing right here, be like, oh, the theme is kind of weird compared to last year's. Oh, it does give you options. Okay, nice. Yeah, I would say just do this and then just be like, the theme was kind of wonky. I don't think this was the biggest deal for me personally because, I mean, the last two events, while I do think they were really story driven, we were kind of sucking face with Sora and then, what's her face? Before Kay. Oh, I guess Kay was in between those two, right? What's her face? Oh no, like Arcana, right? Yeah, Arcana was the one before that and she was kind of doing some goofy stuff. Oh, interesting. Wait, this is an interesting question. Do you find the storytelling of Nikke satisfactory? I like it. Dude, the problem is I feel like I want to click this, but I also want to give them, like, I skipped it. Okay. Wait, this is hilarious, actually. Yeah, I played this game. However, the story, I have no fucking idea what's happening. I skip everything. That's so funny. Dude, I wish I could put this, but at the same time, I want to give them, like, a thingy. Why do you think the story is unconvincing or impacts your experience? Why do you think it's unconvincing? Huh? The timeline is so messy. I mean, kinda. They said they were going to rectify this, but I'm going to put that anyways. Important settings I'm not aware of. Too many characters, making the story complicated. I mean, I could see this. I personally think it's kind of nice. It kind of makes it so that there's a one continuous, like, story for the campaign. But then, like, the side events also kind of add to that. But I was thinking mostly, like, the character stories. And what are they called? I think they're like sub-events in the outpost where you can, like, talk to people. I don't remember what exactly that qualifies as, but stuff like that's kind of like a different thing, which I think builds the world building a bit better. So I actually like that. I mean, yeah, there are a lot of gaps in between, like, the campaign updates. The new stories are confusing because I forgot the relevant stories, which were released so long ago. Yeah, I can understand this complaint. They do take kind of long, especially recently because the campaign got pushed back again. Fuck, when did I say it was coming out? I think it was supposed to come out in July and they pushed it out for August, I think. I don't remember. The story settings are contradictory. Would they be? I feel like it's fine. Yeah, I think this, if they should make this, but I think the timeline that they said they were going to make is probably gonna fix, like, these two. Let's see. Open-ended. Oh, wait, this is cool. They left it. Okay, so this survey is way better than, like, the recent ones. The other recent ones were, like, just kind of wonky. This actually gives you a lot of questions. Okay. I wonder if they're aware that people didn't like the summer story, and that's why they put this. Well, this is pretty nice to complain about, then. Let's see. I think that's everything for this. Now, the open-ended. What should I put? Now, I have no idea what to put for this. I don't know. Maybe I would probably recommend them to revise, like, some of their stuff. Having multiple writers do the story kind of makes the tone of, like, each event a bit wonky. I feel like the same guy does the campaign. I think the campaign has been, like, relatively consistent, but the events are kind of muddled. Yeah, I'm just gonna put that. For the future, here we go. For the future, please. What's the word I'm looking for? Peer review, maybe? Peer review the event stories. Like that. As having multiple writers. As having multiple writers do different stuff, maybe? Dang it. Dude, I have such a problem conveying what I'm thinking on the board. I did the worst for English when I was in school, dude. I'm more of a math guy, so stuff like this is AIDS. Let's see. Let's see. Having multiple writers. As having multiple writers, somewhat. There we go. I got it. Muddles the tone of each event. and it makes them feel as the commander's a new person every time. Every event. There we go. Different event. There we go. There we go. Oh, huge. Okay, there we go. I think this is nice. Let's see. For the future, please peer review the event stories, as having multiple writers somewhat muddles the tone of each event. And wait, of each event and makes them. There you go. Makes them. That would have been bad. And them feels and makes them feel as like matter is a different person. Oh yeah. Actually, I was gonna change it to commanders, but fuck it. They'll just do that. Watch them not even have multiple writers. There's just one dude writing for all the events. I doubt it, but it would be funny. I'm just flat up wrong. All right. Let's see. Considering the character's growth and setbacks, do you find their changes in personality and behaviors convincing? I don't know what this means. Like the commander, main character, us? Or are we talking about like Rappy? I feel like they gotta be talking about the girls, right? I mean, we have been changing throughout the story, right? But I feel like it's hard if you're trying to make it a self-insert. I think this game is trying to make the commander self-insert, which I don't think is the worst, right? If you're gonna make some of these games, I feel like probably that is probably gonna appeal to more people. And giving them like somewhat to go off of, I don't think it's too bad. Like I feel like you can make a self-insert that doesn't seem like AIDS. Obviously, if you're gonna make an actual character, that I would say they're guaranteed better than any self-insert. Obviously. Like, if they made fucking Goku a self-insert character rather than, like, Goku, obviously he'd be way worse. But it's not the worst. Anywho, I'm just rambling. I don't think it's too bad. For example, Rappy, I feel like she had a pretty nice story arc. Anywho, which character's changes do you find unconvincing? Oh, I mean, I guess people have been saying Rappy might be a bit over the top with her, like, character change. I think she's been brainwashed by Red Hood, so if it's in the lore, to be honest. Character changes. I feel like it's fine. Personally, I feel like it's fine. Let's see, key. Yeah, this is what I would like to see. I'm still butthurt that these guys made Sirens the advise. The advise are just like by herself in a weird spot. They could have timed it so that it could have been with the commander personally, but whatever. Oh yeah, all of these. What the fuck? Key story developments driven by the player, stories about the squads and their growth, emotional bond between the characters, emotional interaction between the commander and the characters. I mean, these two were kind of big in the 2.5. Obviously, this was at the cost of us having like zero interaction with that whole story, but we were too busy jerking off with like, I think we're with Mantis in the campaign, right? And just this ring. Oh, well, my birthday was last week, baby, so I'm 24 now, rich. We're doing this stuff. They need to put this at the beginning, because that ruins my flow. I'm just gonna yap about the new units. Dude, you guys see that they're doing 3 fucking banners for the missless stuff? I believe that the distinction they made was that they aren't going to be whatchamacallit, overspec, which one, I don't know how. I saw someone online say like, oh, it's because their technology wasn't from the Ark, but I'm pretty sure Mihara's whole shtick was being experimented on by GN. So like, does that not count? I feel like is it based off of the like regulation of the technology? Like GN was doing the experiments about fitting 2 cores into one, and that's kind of how Mihara's overspec thing is. But the Elysion Absolute squad, like that doesn't count, which is really weird, which I don't mind it because then that would be more 1%. But at the same time, like, these are variants, so there's a chance they're just going to be ass. But at the same time, like, another 1% banner is going to be pretty devious. Like, it's a lose-lose in my opinion, unless they actually make them good. If they can make them like regular units, but give them some kind of tech, like, I don't know, make them crazy on like a all Elysion team or something, or just do something stupid. Just make them like really, really good in one form of aspect. I feel like that's good. Granted, a lot of these units come out and they have like no place anywhere, which is like kind of fucked up. So that's why it's kind of like weird for me. It's going to be interesting to see how they handle that, but I just hope they don't make it griefed because they're walking on a really weird line with that not counting as overspec and like they're releasing 3 at once, and their record on regular units that come out that aren't limited, Pilgrim or collabs are pretty ass. So let's hope for the best. Anywho, we're done with that. Let's see. What are your main reasons that you chose to return? Yep, new collab, baby. These and limited. Oh, I can't select. I can look like only 3. Okay, so it's collab, half anniversary, anniversaries, limited events. So the summer stuff. Launch new characters, new system gameplay, new main story. Honestly, I like these 3 and the story and the new characters. I received plenty of benefits upon my return. Honestly, this game would do pretty well. I've seen Dokkan do this recently. They have like the returning player, like you log in 10 days in a row after you haven't opened the game in like a couple months. They give you like a fuck ton of rewards. I feel like that would be really good to get people to keep playing, like especially if they come back for only like the anniversaries or summer. Having like a returning player login kind of bonus thing would be probably a good idea for these guys. But anywho, I think those 3 would be pretty fine. Gaming activities after returning to the game. I mean, do my dailies, bro? What kind of stupid ass question is this? I mean, yeah, like do my daily, bro. What kind of dumbass shit is this? I mean, if I'm gonna have to do campaign, I'll do campaign, but like, this doesn't affect me. I fucking stream the campaign and it's usually done. I just log in every day to make a video and then do my dailies and then fuck around. Have the issues that caused you to leave the game previously been improved since your return to the game? I fucking play this game every day, bro. I don't think this fucking does to me. This doesn't affect me. God dang it. What the fuck, bro? There is a thing, by the way, I don't know if you guys have been noticing, my friends list is bugged. It's stuck at 29 out of 30, but every time I accept someone's friend, it's like bugging out. It's saying like it's full or something. I need to like contact this support so that they can fucking fix that, because it's giving me OCD. I log on and there's that big N by the friends fucking icon, bro. Like, what the hell? Do you feel have not been improved or fully addressed since the return to the game? What issues? Let me think. I do want to add something. I feel like giving them feedback as much as I can is obviously pretty nice. Giving them as much things they could to fix it so that they can better the game is literally never a bad idea. What would I say the problem, my main problem with this game is? Honestly, I feel like the main problem is the random units in between like celebrations, like big ones for like the summer or the 2.5 or collabs. They're just like so wonky and sometimes completely unusable. Yeah, I'm gonna type something like that. The girls that release in between big celebrations, or I guess I can just put like bigger events. I'll put bigger events like the summer or the seasonal. There we go. Seasonal events or anniversaries. Yes. Is that how you spell anniversaries? I don't know. I think so. Anywho, the Nikes that release in between bigger events like the seasonal sometimes feel really subpar and without a place anywhere. I suggest... No, I'm going to put I'd hope that newer units that come out... I'm just going to put that like are in between events. At least have one area where they can succeed, I guess. Like, it'd be nice if a lot of these units at least have a place. Like, oh, maybe they're not... Obviously, they're not going to be like fucking Rappy Red Hood, right? They're just broken everywhere. But at least make them like a really good or like okay. At least have them be an option. Like, I don't know, campaign... or a specific, at least one specific boss, or just support a one specific unit, I guess, or a couple. Like, I feel like that'd be nice. Like, Kay was a bit awkward. I feel like her best thing I could say about her was that she was a really nice support to Summer Annis, who is a 2-year fucking old unit, which is very awkward. And, you know, Kay's a new unit, and having her be the only good thing I can say about her is she's a good support for an old unit is kind of weird, but whatever. Let's see. I hope the new units that come out that are in between events at least have one area where they can succeed and be useful, because Sora sucks dick. I should just put that, because Sora sucks dick. I still can't believe they did that. I feel like she'd be at least good for PvP if the skill 2 wasn't like part related. Like, that's so weird, bro. And she's 40-second cooldown. Come on, man. God dang, is this just the regular stuff? Oh my god, I type the same thing about this every single time, man. Anywho, I guess I can yap more about the Elysion stuff, which is crazy because they're gonna do that 3 banner shit, and then coincide, it's gonna be the reruns. So it is very, very interesting. I just hope they can be useful, bro, because they're gonna like not be overspec'd, which also, I totally forgot that I was gonna say this, but there's a really weird thing about this game. Obviously, it's kind of muddled because they have a lot of characters, so trying to give each chick, each girl, like time to shine is pretty, like, I don't know, unrealistic to say, right? So, for example, I like to say Soda. Soda last year got the Soda Bunny, right? And then she was a pretty big event, but we haven't really gotten anything related to her, like, at all this year, I think. Let me think. I don't think so. So, it's kind of weird. For example, like, Alleg right here, she got her, whatchamacallit, like, variant, the summer variant. And, I don't know. I feel like they could have done a bit better with her thing. And now I feel like she's just going to be in the background for, like, the events, right? Since she already got her thing. They're probably not going to put her in events. They're not going to put her in stories. So any Alleg fans that didn't really enjoy that story or event, it's kind of going to feel a bit weird. But, yeah, no. It's quite unfortunate. It's just weird, because there's so many units, and I feel like when they do a new variant, that's when they really have the opportunity to make, like, a really nice event for that specific fan, right? Like, there's some fucking crazy-ass people that are fans of, like, oh, what's her face? Delta? And poor Delta, bro, she gets fucking nothing in this game. Their fans get nothing, bro. Honestly, if you're a Delta fan, dude, you are crazy, bro. Those dudes are very loyal. Oh, I'm fucking rambling, but yeah, very interesting. I just hope that these guys could strike a nice balance. Anywho, let's see. Just talking about merch. Fucking hell, bro. Yeah, these are fine. What is this? I don't remember what this was. God dang it. I'm just gonna put satisfied. I don't think I watched that. I also don't think I watched this either. Wait, did I watch this? I have no fucking idea, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe I watched this, maybe I participated, I don't give a fuck. Oh, I did the blah blah thing. I was gonna make a video on this, and then I was like, this is like 4 minutes long, so I'm not going to. Oh, these are the last questions. Okay, let me just hurry this up so we can be done. I think I've done enough yapping. Also, I'll probably hold off on doing, like, the details for them until all of the 3 come out. I think they're probably going to be released, like, all at once. Maybe. If they're not, then I'll do one at a time. But I feel like I'm going to record, for example, who's coming out first? I think Yunwa's coming out first. I'm going to record Yunwa's details, and then, like, I'm going to be editing it, and then I'm going to get a notification like, oh, Emma's details are here, so I'm just going to have to fucking redo it or splice it in, which is going to be so great. It'll be like I think I did that for the Dorothy and Alleg. I did Dorothy's, and then instantly fucking Alleg came out, and I was like, awesome, I just fucking spliced that like a dumb fuck. How did you learn about this? I don't remember. Once a day. Oh, get me out of here, bro. What are your mains? I like to post on there. This one. I guess this one. Yes. Oh, wait. Am I part of the Creator Hub? I don't think so. Never mind. How often do you post? Every day. What the fuck? Oh, wait. No, this is new, right? Did I do this last time? I don't remember. Dang it. Yeah, I'm gaining exposure, baby. We're getting our numbers up. Damn. Platform also uses for the content creation features. I mean, the content creation features is cool. I think it's pretty easy to, like, link a video and it, like, what's it called? It does, like, a link, kind of. What's the word I'm looking for? It's like pop-up. Fuck, I don't remember what I'm thinking of. No. Embed. It's like a cool embed. And it embeds the video on the, like, website, and that's actually pretty good. Yeah, the rewards are pretty nice. I'm just gonna put these three. Engage. I'll do this one too. Yeah, we'll do this one. What is your biggest dissatisfaction with content creator features? Ooh, what kind of features would you like to offer? Is there a polling system in that? I don't remember. I feel like they did do a polling system. I might be smoking crack on a Wednesday afternoon, though. Dang it, I don't know. The only really thing I care about is the blah blah is the emojis. They need to make more emojis because they're funny. I like using them. Yeah, I can't think of a suggestion off the top of my head. Oh, whatever. I'm just gonna put I'm just gonna put 4 on everything. I don't give a fuck. I'm satisfied. Boom, boom, boom. I think this is the same stuff as last time. The only thing that was different was this creator shit. I don't remember this popping up. Maybe I'm schizo. Do you have any suggestions? Ooh. Fix your game. should I tell him right here? Can you please fix my friends list? It's wigging out. What are my suggestions? Dang. I don't know. I feel like it's not too bad. I think there's some mini problems that can be fixed that I feel like they are working on. So overall, it's not the worst. I feel like I'm just complaining because I like to complain. Obviously, I'm not going that crazy as like the people were back in the Chinese area. Those guys are going nuts, which I don't really think it was that big of a deal. But those guys are going crazy. Dang, I can't think of anything from the top of my head. No. I guess I could complain about the abundance of bursary attackers this year. Yeah, I'll just do that. I'll just do, like, I feel like there have been too many. I want to put, like, high value summons, but, like, that's kind of weird. Obviously, they're gonna want to do that because at the end of the day, gacha game, it's a business. They like making money. It's kind of their thing, right? But I feel like they can strike a nice balance, which it's kind of wonky to discuss about this game, especially since power creep is kind of weird. All you really need is Rappy Red Hood and some other units, and you're kind of just basically good for the whole, like a bunch of years to come. So it's really weird. I'm gonna put this anyways. I don't give a fuck. I feel like there have been too many Burst 3 attackers released back to back, I guess. I spelled attackers wrong. I'm an idiot. I feel like there have been too many Burst 3 attackers released back to back, and would prefer. I guess I say that, but all the fucking favorite items are Burst 1 and 2. So it kind of evens them out, but like, bruh, still, it's a bit weird. I don't know, something like this. I guess I'll also add the high value banners, bruh, fuck it. I feel like complaining about this game about like free rewards is kind of weird because the gacha system is pretty generous, I would say, especially like the pity feature. Like the fact that you can do 20 multis and get a free pity that you can save forever is pretty nice. Granted, that turns a little bit more to like a loyalty system. Obviously, that's not how it works because, you know, you can get the new units, so I don't think it's that much, but the more like you summon, the more you can save, and the more you have for the future. So that's why I feel like it's a bit different. Especially like comparing it to like fucking Uma, bro. You don't save the pity, which sucks dick. And then it's 20 for like the fucking new unit, bro. That shit is kind of AIDS. I can't believe you can't save the pity, bro. And then if you don't like use it, it like transforms into this material that's like actually ass. It wouldn't be too bad if the pity that you don't use transfers into like a material that's not terrible, but in that game it transfers into like the fucking clover shit that is so ass. Anyways, goddamn, I went on a tangent. What was I gonna say? Oh, also, the abundance. There we go. Oh, actually, I don't know if I can spell abundance. Is that how you spell abundance? I think so. Of high, quality? No. Oh my god, this is going for 30 minutes long. Let me wrap this up. I've been fucking yapping too long. This is a fucking survey and I'm going for this long. Whoops. I am a professional yapper though, so honestly, what am I at? I think I'm almost at like a couple hundred vids so far. I think maybe I'm close to 100, right? When did I start? Around ready. I think that might have been in like March? It's been like, what? 4 or 5 months? I can't count. If the average is 30, yeah, it's been like 130. If you've been watching since then, and you haven't realized that I'm a professional yapper, then I don't know what to tell you. Let's see. I guess I'm gonna just put important. The abundance of high important banners, I guess? I just mean that they're like high value that you have to summon for. I don't know how I can explain that though. I got it. High value banners that feel like you can't miss out on. There you go. I feel like that's fine. Should how about I'll put like have been releasing recently with too much frequency, I guess? Yeah, I'll put that. Frequency. And I believe if you're gonna do this, if you want to do this, there should at least be more ways to get free rewards. I want to put for new players, but I don't want to hide under the mask of, oh, this is for new players, and I just want free stuff, you know what I mean? I feel like this is fine. I do think if they're going to release, like, a lot more stuff, they should at least give a lot more free stuff. Which I feel like this year probably has been giving more free stuff than last year. I honestly don't remember, but, like, for example, last year, we had Crown for 2nd anniversary. I mean, 1.5, sorry. And then the next real high value was the Summer, right? Which had the 2 banners and a couple of reruns. And then after that, there was a collab. And then after that, there was the 2nd anniversary. Meanwhile, this year, it's the 2.5, which was 2 pilgrims, basically. I mean, one was overspec, but same thing. And then we had a collab with 2 units. And then that collab had a rerun. And then we had a pilgrim. Or not a pilgrim, sorry. A pilgrim summer variant. And then, like, the other limited summer variant, whatever, and that's 2, and then we're getting a fuck ton of reruns, and then now we're getting 3, and honestly, the chances of collabs are, I would say, unlikely, but they're not 0, so if we get a collab in between the Absolute and Anniversary, that shit might be a bit too much, in my opinion, but I don't think they're gonna do another collab this year. I don't think they should, unless it's like just, I don't know. Would they do a collab with just 1 unit? I don't think so. It'd have to be 2, right? I don't know. Maybe they could. I don't know if it would be a good idea, because then the limited units for this year is going to go disgusting. But I don't know. I think Absolute banners should be an easy skip, because they'll just go back into the regular pool. So I think we should be fine, but I'll wait and see, I guess. But yeah, I think that's enough yapping. I don't want this to go on an hour-long fucking survey video. Like, what the hell is wrong with me? But alright, well, I think that's enough yapping. Let me know what you guys put on that survey, and let me know what you guys thought about the summer event as a whole. I think it could be better, but I don't think it was the worst. These guys wanted the more lore summer events, I guess, especially in comparison to last year's, but it wasn't the worst, I guess. But yeah, I think that is it. So make sure you guys do the survey and give these guys feedback. Even if it's good, just be respectful. As long as you're not, like, calling them slurs in the fucking, what's it called? The thingy. I think you should be fine. So I will catch you guys later.